There's no other market research podcast that earned recognition in 2019 and again in 2020, being named one of the best in the marketing research field. And we're proud to welcome you to the one podcast that did earn that distinction. This is Research Business Daily Report, also known as the market research industry's only daily research video report. Enjoy this edition today and all the others that we present to you Monday through Thursday most weeks. And if you enjoy what we're providing to you and can make use of it, we hope you will lend your support for our Research News video series. You can see on the screen right now exactly where to go if you'd like to make a contribution to keep our work going and at the level of quality that we are providing. If you stick with us to the end of today's video, we'll tell you more about why you should be in support of us. I'm Bob Lederer, now in my 26th year as the respected voice in market research. Yesterday, we dove headfirst into how to draw attention and how to begin to build business from your marketing efforts during this very, very tempestuous still COVID era. Our guest commentator, Paige Velasquez Budde, who's the Chief Executive Officer at Zilker Media in Austin, Texas, began to offer her unique perspectives. Today, she's back with part 2 of a 4-part series in which she explains education, engagement, and entertainment possibilities through well-thought-out content creation by really sharp marketers out there. Here is part 2.
As you build out your micromedia strategy to thrive in this still COVID environment, let's dive into the first content pillar that we are all familiar with. And this is going to be that you-driven content category. You-driven content is content that connects back to your intellectual property. So this can be your company's methodology, strategies from your process, product promotions, your personal stories, or your lessons learned. Many of you know that the blogs or the articles that get the most interest are the ones where you're willing to be just a little bit vulnerable. So you-driven content, whether it goes out there and makes an impact or not, is oftentimes tied back to your willingness to get real with what you're writing about. Now, if you are in the process of building a company or a brand and you were only putting out you-driven content, it is going to feel like you are shouting into an empty room for a long time. If you are in this stage, think of any you-driven blog post, article, or social media post as putting bricks on a foundation that will drive results for you in the long run for your brand. Now, what I tend to see is most people that get burnt out on content creation or get frustrated because their marketing isn't working are only posting you-driven content every single day on their channels. And they do this for 6 months and then they throw up their hands. Now, for this category to drive long-term value for your brand, instead of being 99% of what you're putting out, it needs to only be about 10% or less of your strategy. Now, remember, we are in a media environment where currently consumers no longer want to be sold to. They are increasingly turning away from general mass media and general advertising and seeking out individuals and brands that they're going to perceive as more trustworthy and interesting and entertaining. And so that's why in this next section, we're going to be diving into what we call news-driven content.
That is a wrap on today's Research Business Daily Report. We're always thankful for any views we get from you and others that you know in the industry, so please feel free to pass our videos on to any of your friends and peers. Every day, we strive to bring you, the RBDR viewer, a news item, an insight, or a commentary that you're just not going to find anywhere else. And after digesting our video today and other RBDR reports, we hope that you will appreciate what we're bringing you enough to consider becoming a Patreon supporter. You can do that by visiting RBDR's exclusive crowdfunding platform at patreon.com/RBDR, where you can make a contribution on a regular monthly basis of any size that you're comfortable with. We hope that you have a good research day and that we'll see you back here tomorrow. And until then, please stay safe.